Hi, today I'm going to give a speech on the approval process of a drug. And according to the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, a drug is a substance recognized in an official pharmacopoeia or formulary. At some point in life, we have or we will take a medication. However, most of us do not understand the steps involved in a medication before it makes it to your local pharmacy. And according to the FDA, there are 2 steps and 4 phases involved in all drugs before they make it to your local pharmacy. The first step is preclinical research. This is where scientists take the disease and they break the components of it down and study it so that they know how they want the drug to work chemically. And in order to make sure that the drug is working properly to cure, prevent, and or treat whatever illness that drug is indicated for. And the second step is where animal testing begins. All the animals must be healthy and have no genetic defects. And of course, they use animals first in all of their clinical research before they start humans because of adverse reactions that may happen. If both of these steps are completed successfully, then an application can be completed called an investigational new drug application. And once this application is approved by the FDA, then the drug goes into 4 phases. And the first phase is focused on the safety and pharmacology of the drug, and they also learn how the drug is metabolized, excreted, distributed throughout your body, and the duration of the medication. That once it enters your body, how long does it last, or how long does it take for it to begin to start working. Phase 2 is where they start to study the effectiveness of the drug. They use volunteers who are suffering from the illness or disease for which the medication is intended for. And then Phase 3 is where a patient is suffering from that particular illness or disease that the drug is intended for. They can go to their doctor as long as that doctor is participating in the research study of this particular drug. And of course, with the doctor's approval, the doctor can administer that drug to the patient under their care and supervision to see how the drug works with that person before it even makes it to the drugstore, for the person to just be able to go in and buy it with their prescription. And Phase 4 is your post-market studies. And of course, this is after FDA approval. And also Phase 4, there are steps that all pharmaceutical companies have to meet in Phase 4. And the first one is they must compare the drug that they are marketing to other drugs out on the market at that time that are used to treat the same illness or disease. And then they also must monitor the long-term effects and the quality of life of the patients that are taking that medicine, and this has to go on for up to 3 years after that medicine enters Phase 4. And they also must determine the cost effectiveness of that medicine. Of course, if it's something that is really pricey, then most people are not going to be able to afford it, and you're also going to run into problems with insurance companies not wanting to pay for that medicine if it's something that's real pricey. And also Phase 4 is the phase that decides the ultimate fate of that drug. If anything goes wrong in Phase 4, any of the steps are not completed properly by the pharmaceutical companies, then it's possible that the FDA will not finish the approval of that drug. If all steps are completed successfully and there are no problems, then the FDA has 60 days to finish the completion of the application that the pharmaceutical company has submitted. And that is basically it about the process of a drug. But drugs like these, like this is medicine for heartburn. So this is something that's also over the counter. This is for heartburn. And then this is just your basic acetaminophen or Tylenol. And this is metformin, which is used for diabetes. But all drugs like these are all drugs that at some point or another, before they were available in a pharmacy for over-the-counter or prescription use, they were put through this process. And that is it.